he's no Jimi Hendrix, folks, but there's the national anthem for our Shine MMA. Coming to you from beautiful downtown Alexandria, Minnesota.
At the Armory, come on down there.
With me, as always, is my attorney, Brian Tuma.
Hello, Jared McKinney. I'm good. Yourself?
I'm hanging in there.
It's been a while since we've got to do this. Here we go. I'm not sure who we got coming out here. Dino?
Lillo and Sirocco.
All right. Is that for me? All right. I believe this was your walkout song, wasn't it, Jared?
Actually, this is my walk-in song.
Not walkout?
No, my walkout to something completely different.
Well, here we go. All right. Blue corner coming out first. Dino.
I believe this is Lillo coming out first.
This is Dino. Brock's over there. Matt's over there in his corner. Blue corner first.
I understand.
Well, you know, if you need me to.
I heard the dude say he was Ryan Lillo. Maybe he said that's his opponent.
There's no reason to yell. Here we go.
You don't talk when I'm not listening.
Some pretty cool lights we got going on here tonight. That ought to get the crowd going.
I'm only going to assume that that's where my paycheck went. Was on new lighting.
We're improving things. Shine MMA is stepping up all the time. Audio, visual.
Sometimes audio. How we doing over there, Matt Taylor? We get a thumbs up.
That's good news. All right. Blue corner, red shorts.
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm kind of missing my 42-inch monitor we used to have.
Yeah, I agree. With replay. Matt is pointing one out on his computer screen that we can look at right in this area. All right. This is Ryan. Lillo?
Lillo.
Does he have a fight moniker you'd like to run by us?
You know what? I do not think that he does.
I think it's your job to give him one tonight.
I'm on it.
Where's he fighting out of?
Inner Strength. Hometown of Matheson, Wisconsin.
Trains
out of Superior.
Making a good drive to come down to Alexandria and fight. That's awesome.
Ryan's a welder by trade. He's hoping to rebound from a loss.
What's his current record?
Mr. Lillo is a 2-3.
3-3, and he'd be batting 500.
Be 36 years of age this time next week.
Well, early happy birthday, sir.
Happy birthday, Mr. Lillo.
All right. And Dino, how old is Dino? What do we know about Dino?
Dino, not a whole lot about Dino.
Fights out of Get Some, St. Cloud, Waite Park, Brock Larson, correct?
That's about all I know. He's a wrestler.
All right.
I had a hard time getting a hold of Dino.
Well, you know, the fighter training schedule and whatnot, they don't have much time for...
Ryan did tell me this is his first fight in 3 years. He's had a bit of a layoff, he'd say.
What do they call that? Ring rust?
Well, we're hoping not.
I'm sure Brock stayed on top of him. It's fine. So amateur bout, correct?
It is.
Three 3-minute rounds?
It is. It's interesting to note also that Mr. Lillo normally fights at 185.
And this is at?
205.
205, okay.
He wants to fight at 170.
Making his way down, slow but surely. It's the best way to do it.
Sponsored by Puss Out.
Puss Out gear is here. So get an amateur bout, so no knees or no elbows, correct?
Correct.
And your Bud Light girl, Shine MMA. Here we go. Dino, we're going to go with the Dirty Moose.
That's what I'm told. Dirty Moose.
We'll have to ask him after the fight. I like it if it is.
He also goes by Rocco, I'm told.
Oh, Rocco fighting tonight at the main event, I believe.
I don't believe he goes by Majori.
Same first name.
Mr. Lillo's upset because the ring announcer totally botched his information.
That's not Brian, it's Ryan. Correct?
Yes, Ryan. Lillo, not Lilo. We'll sort that guy out.
All right, somebody already calling for a punch in the mouth.
That tends to happen in MMA fights occasionally.
Touch of the gloves. At least we have that. That's a good place to start.
Once again, we got Lillo in the black shorts and the Dirty Moose in red.
Lillo landed
nice
a couple
right
rights
hands there.
Whoa.
Oh, there we go. Nice little spinning kick.
There you go. Heading for the liver. Nice body shots.
Not the most technical of punches, but they seem to be working.
Somebody's going for a ride here.
Dino's had enough of it, and he wants to take it to the ground.
I think you're right. I think he's going down, trying to cinch in a guillotine, but that's a big slam from a big man right there.
Yeah, it looks like it took quite a bit out of him, though. His face is almost purple from that lift.
It might have been the guillotine he had on him, too, for a second there. Oh, right to full mount.
Pretty easy for that.
You train with Brock Larson for a month, and he'll tell you how to get to mount.
True story.
Ryan needs to get busy here, get moving, do something with the Dirty Moose's hands.
Yeah, he's...
Break the posture down. He's got a bridge and roll right there. Something would help. It's about his only...
Yeah, he's not really doing anything offensive, and he's not really working to get out of the position. The referee's looking antsy. He's probably going to step in here if he... Dino can start feeding him. I think it's going to be over.
Ryan's about done with this one. But there it is. The Dirty Moose.
Lillo looks upset, but he really wasn't doing anything to get out of that position.
I think that was a fine stop.
There you go, folks. Off to a quick start. We got a TKO finish by Dino. Should we just go ahead and use it?
The Dirty Moose.
Sirocco.
If not, it is now.
And Ryan Lillo will drop to 2-4.
He'll be back.
He will be.
Great way to start the night. Good job, Dirty Moose. All right, quick cage interview here.
Ladies and gentlemen, give you Dino Sirocco, your first winner of 2 minutes first block.
St. John's wrestler.
I'll tell you what, you did pretty good there too. I like that pickup move, slap him down. What'd you know about him?
That pickup move and slam him down.
Kind of late boom change. That's like okay.
Did a good job, that's for sure.
When can these people see you again? It sounds like you've got a few fans out in the audience. Whenever they want. Anything coming up here in the near future? Not at the moment. Okay, well, Dino Sirocco, ladies and gentlemen, give a big round of applause.
All right, good job, Dino. Jake Wyman and Bobby Lee, I believe, is the next bout.
Yes, sir.
So apparently we are not live. I don't know, I'm asking you. Oh, okay. Just working out a few bugs here.
All right, folks, so as my attorney just mentioned, this next fight is going to be Jake Wyman versus Bobby Lee. Jake fought on our last card.
He did
at
a
Brainerd.
Jesse Hernandez, yeah?
Yep, I believe he dropped one there to Jesse by Kimura. Back at it again tonight.
That fight got into the second round, didn't it? That was a good scrap, if I remember correctly.
It was. Jake is 30 years old.
Jake and Jesse. Are we talking about the same fight, you and I?
I don't know if Matt's talking about the same fight. Anyway, Jake has been fighting for a couple of years now. Considers himself a striker. He's a white belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Lives in Duluth, Minnesota, and trains with Team Freight Train. Goes by Jake the Freight Train Wyman.
Is that his school then, or what? Where did he come up with that moniker?
We'll have to talk to him about that. Maybe a post-fight interview.
At Fat Daddy's, I believe, is the place to have that post-fight interview.
I'll bring my notebook.
I'll bring the Bud Light. No, we'll get the Bud Light.
Attaboy.
At Fat Daddy's.
He's going to be fighting Bobby Lee tonight. Bobby Lee is 18 years old. This is his first fight. He's been training with Get Some for 2 years, but has been doing martial arts for over 5 years. He is a third stripe white belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Considers himself an all-around martial artist, a student of all aspects, in his words.
I think he trains with Brock. He's a stud wrestler. Yeah. St. Cloud State, maybe? Does that sound right? No?
No.
Might not. Just a lot of guesswork over here.
Good job.
You know how I am.
He does train with Get Some.
Okay.
You got that correct.
All right, we'll just see what happens. I'm out of my element.
Bobby gave me one message to send out to the crowd and the other fighters. You want to know what it was?
I wish you would share.
Look out. It's Bobby Lee.
Did he end that with a Ric Flair? Woo!
He should have. Maybe I'll do that
just
for
did.
him. Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go. Bobby Lee. Dang it, Bobby.
What the hell, Bobby?
All right. Jake Wyman coming out first, I believe?
I believe so.
Okay.
We're probably talking all over the top of Jake's interview.
Wow.
Fans of Team Freight Train.
Jake coming out in a gi, yeah. What do we got for Jake Wyman? 30 years old.
You want me to go through it again?
One time. Yeah, go through it again one time, would you?
Jake Wyman. Jake the Freight Train Wyman. I'm sorry.
Is he
30 years old?
The Freight Train up in Duluth?
He does. Good job.
Team Freight Train?
Good job. Jake considers himself a striker.
He does.
I'm excited to see him tonight.
He must be developing his ground game, though. He came out with a gi and I believe a white belt on. I didn't see any stripes, but...
This should be a good little intro fight for Bobby Lee. I'm excited to see him tonight. He sounded super enthused on the telephone. Excited to be part of Shine MMA.
This is being contested at the welterweight ranks, 170 pounds. Is that correct?
I have 160, my friend.
Well, 156 to 170 is welterweight, isn't it? Well, this should be a battle of the ages. One guy's 30 years old, one guy's 18 years old. See if youth or old man strength prevails, huh?
Hometown of Becker, Minnesota, training with the Get Some boys. Currently still in high school.
Is that right?
Plans a long career in MMA. Pretty excited about his teammates being in UFC and Bellator.
Yeah, it's Tony Martin and
again,
Adam McDonough.
Look out! It's Bobby Lee.
Jake Wyman looks pretty composed over by the cage, waiting for Bobby Lee to enter the cage.
Yeah, he's got to be looking for a rebound fight here. I think he was pretty upset at that last loss.
Both guys look ready.
He
165 pounds for Jake Wyman.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jake Freight
The half guard right now, looking to go to side. Just push that left leg out of the way. That's not a bad place to be if you're Bobby, though. You do a lot of damage right there.
Bobby Lee making short ribs.
That's what's, oh, cradle, nice pass.
He made that look easy.
Good hips on Jake Wyman, shrimping out like that. Uh-oh. Looked like he had a Darce choke for a second. Bobby Lee wasting no time to take control here. And he's tapping. I would call that a tap.
Is that a tap out due to strikes? I
believe
agree.
so. Hard to argue that.
Impressive.
Standing ovation right there.
Impressive performance by Bobby Lee.
Good show of respect.
Jake kind of holding the side of his neck, maybe his ear hole.
Bobby lose a contact, maybe. If that's the most damage you take in a fight, it's not too bad, huh?
He did all right.
Ladies and gentlemen, 1 minute and 11 seconds in round number 1. Your winner by submission.
Bobby Lee looking good in his debut. I think we'll see more of him, that's for sure. That's one jack dude right there. Good show of respect.
All right, I'm here with obvious crowd favorite Bobby Lee.
We'll just let Mike Brown do his thing for a minute.
That was actually a really solid ground game. Is that wrestling background on attack there? A little bit. Okay, well, what you know about your opponent coming into it? What was your game plan?
Well, his game plan worked, whatever it was. Have fun.
Well, Bobby, you got a lot of fans out here. Show out, any thanks?
Yeah, thanks, Becker, for filming. Team Getso, you're awesome. I love you guys.
Congrats, Bobby Lee.
Yeah, congratulations, Bobby Lee, on your debut fight. Apparently they're doing something right over at Get Some.
Apparently. That's hard to argue that one.
The results don't lie.
They don't either.
Well, we are zipping through these fights. We might be at the bar before long here.
Fat Daddies, that is. Drinking Bud Light like it's going out of style. Jimmy Dennis and Ben Anderson up next for our third bout of the evening. Another amateur bout.
Si, senor. All right, what do we got here?
That's a good question, to be honest with you.
What is the question? I might
That's
be off
a heavyweight bout, Ben Anderson and Jimmy Dennis.
It is. So the order got switched up on me. This is what you want to be looking at.
Yep, I'm looking here.
Yep.
Just looking for the weights over here.
Sorry, my fault. Could have looked here too. Not that that helped
You
you in the
didn't have
last
those
fight.
out when I was looking, see?
All right.
Matt Taylor looks very happy this evening.
Here's what I know.
Lay it on us,
Who are we
brother.
talking about first here? Mr. Dennis coming out of the blue corner.
Blue corner, Jimmy Dennis.
Jimmy is 23 years old, has a record of 0-1. Considers himself a striker and kickboxer. Hometown of Parker, Colorado. Trains with Child's Play MMA. A couple fighters out of that camp. tonight.
Lady, Raquel Leeper fighting out of
Good
Child's
call.
Play
Good
MMA,
call.
correct?
He's a security guard by trade, and is looking to bounce back off his only fight, which was a year and a half ago, looking for his first win.
Well, it's safe to say that his training has improved in a year and a half's time.
Has a couple of sponsors he'd like to give a shout out to. Ugly Ear Fight Gear.
I like it.
I think Brandon Netzel might be the CEO of that company, and one way or another remodeling.
All right. Ugly Ear. The Ugly Ear.
And Ben the Beast Anderson, his opponent tonight is 23 years old, has a record of 4-1. He's been fighting since 2012. Considers his base boxing. Hometown of Glenwood, Minnesota. Does not claim a gym. He's a salesman by trade, and would like to give a shout out to his sponsor, TNT Tattooing,
One of the sponsors of the event tonight.
because they are dynamite.
Oi.
My name is Jimmy Dennis.
All right, Jimmy Dennis.
Kickboxer and jiu-jitsu practitioner. Our opponent is Ben Anderson.
Apparently we got some fan favorites for Ben the Beast here tonight.
Training camp's been good. I feel like this needs to be. Got Child's Play MMA, we train hard.
Child's Play MMA.
This is Jimmy Dennis.
Jimmy Dennis coming out first,
Chia, just emergency.
out of the blue corner.
But I put on a good show for you guys tonight from Colorado here in Minnesota. Love your town. Hopefully be entertaining for you. I want to give a shout out to everyone back home watching on ShotgunMMA.com. We put on a good show for you guys. See you when we go.
Well, let's give Jimmy some love for making the haul from Colorado to Alexandria, Minnesota.
Yeah, pretty impressive. Some of these fighters coming from out of state actually left a few days ago and spent their time here in Alexandria doing the weight cut and all that.
Nice. They get some lake time in.
God only knows.
Maybe some ice fishing. Who knows?
We got a Pragnac in the crowd tonight.
The stream isn't working is the news that he carried. Which means we get to re-record all of these fights tonight.
Does that mean we have to have the fighters refight the fights?
Yes. In the same fashion
I'm okay
that
with
they
that.
were contested.
I'm okay with that. I don't know if Jake Wyman's going to want to take those punches to the ear hole again.
To the listening hole. You ever been hopped up on
Oi. Goosh. Give a shout out to Hirsch Mountain.
Hirsch Mountain?
Goosh.
Al Schmidt from Paradigm Performance here tonight. Be looking for his name on one of the Brainerd cards, I would assume.
Oh, I'm sure one of the upcoming.
As a sponsor, not a fighter, Jared.
Right. Well,
Let's just clarify that right now.
we don't know that for fact.
He does have the fighter's build.
Everything's negotiable.
Whoa. Jimmy Dennis in the ring.
Some people call that a cage.
Oh, okay, when they put the cage up like that, that's what they call it, the cage. That makes sense now. I always get confused. Thank you.
Glad I could help you out. That's why you keep me on retainer.
What weight class is this being contested at?
Heavy.
Heavyweight. TNT.
It's dynamite.
I anticipated him to walk out to TNT.
He probably should have. That would have been a great little dinger for his sponsor. Ben the Beast Anderson on his way to the cage. Smoking lights and everything else.
Ah, looks like he's got the Highlander in his corner, huh?
Oh, might be looking to steal this guy's soul with the quickening.
I like it.
Good. Good.
Glenwood, is that pretty close to Alexandria?
I honestly don't know. I know where Brainerd and Baxter are.
I think it's the same proximity. Glenwood's like a
Walking
stone's throw.
distance?
How many?
Walking?
Yes. Stumbling after you leave Fat Daddy's.
Let's throw it up to Mike Brown.
Let's go, Mike. All night long. All right. Do we have the actual weigh-ins? What these guys? Who's got the?
Ladies and gentlemen,
All right, here we go. Jimmy Dennis, Ben Anderson. Touch of the gloves. Both guys look, loading that left hand up. Jimmy needs to keep his chin
I
down.
was just going to say the same thing. He's got that chin pretty high already.
Oof.
Might want to tuck that thing in.
Looking for a home for that left hand.
The Beast teeing off right now. Nice little uppercut there.
Yeah, Jimmy needs to do something. There it is, right in front of us.
Right in front of us. And Ben Anderson with an early celebration, but still gets the stoppage. Jimmy Dennis laid out right in front of us. Great show of sportsmanship there. Ben Anderson helping Jimmy back to his feet.
Good job.
A gentle embrace
from the Beast.
From the Beast.
Mike Brown with the official decision.
Jimmy's leaking a bit. Haven't got a good look at his face yet.
Looked like he had a welt over his right eye. Might have broke his nose. The Beast bleeding from the nose too.
Another great show of sportsmanship. Ben the Beast bleeding from the nose now all of a sudden.
Matching bloody noses. He found a home for that left.
I agree.
Yeah, very cool.
I agree.
Good job, Ben Anderson. The Beast telling you how it is.
Opponent a shout out. Nothing better than that.
No, got to appreciate that.
Ben the Beast showing off some ink work there. Must be from TNT Tattooing.
It's dynamite.
Boy.
He's having fun in there. Good for him. Jack Coke and Bud Light it is back here. right, one more fight before our intermission. It's one I've personally been looking forward to. Josh Holtz versus Mike Hardy.
Matt Taylor, are we live?
I think that Alexandria doesn't have the LTE network. This is what I keep getting. See this bandwidth signal? It just says, and I've dropped it all the way down to a 480 stream, and it won't stream. So, but we're recording everything. Audio's coming through. Oh yeah, we're not wasting our time. So we'll just cut it all together.
In the dead time, in between, you know, like before they show the interviews, is that still going on there?
Everything's being recorded.
Okay.
Onto her camera.
Because that's where I'm putting on most of these guys' information is before they ever air the interviews.
Yep. So I'll just broadcast all of that,
Because if you want me to, I'll wait. Guy, I just hate talking over their interviews because.
Yeah, right. No, do it right. Yeah, do it then. It's perfect. Yeah. And I can even take the audio and kind of pull it around a little bit if it makes sense to do it in another spot. Because if there's not action going on, it's not really very apparent where the audio is. But yeah, we're still live broadcasting. We're just not live streaming.
I've got like this much left. Yeah, I guess. Oh, somebody's in the room over there.
Sorry, on my brain, I usually don't set a game plan, so that's usually how I Well, all my team had a lot to do with getting me ready for this, and they helped me a lot with my weight cut, so that was very important to me. And I'd like to thank Tat, Kyle, Jared, and the rest of the crew. Yeah, thanks everyone for showing up. I'm glad everyone came out here and looking for a good night of fights.
Mike Hardy making his way to the cage. Hello, hello, hello. Mike Hardy about to step into the cage.
What do we know about Mike Hardy?
That's a good question. Let's get into this.
Mike Hardy, 20 years old. He is 1-2. Been fighting for a little over a year. He is a
hopefully it's a standard fight. Goes to the ground, goes to the ground. Yeah, definitely. I trained a couple gyms for this, but mainly Brock Larson and all the guys that get some athletic compound. Trained some really tough guys, good wrestlers, good strikers. You know, I got Tony Martin, Adam Young, guys that fight big time organization that help me out every single day, so I'll be 100% ready for them. Yeah, all my family and friends that made the drive from Brainerd. I got friends from North Dakota coming. Thank all you guys, and we'll be across the place tonight.
Well, welcome Josh Holtz.
Here we go, Josh Holtz coming to the cage, 21 years of age, the record of 2-0, undefeated. He's been fighting and competing since he was 17. Coming back from a 3-year layoff due to injury.
I believe he had a knee injury, if I remember correctly.
Josh is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu blue belt, training with Get Some, as he mentioned, hometown of Brainerd, Minnesota, a logger by trade.
Josh is a tough kid. This is going to be a great fight. I think it's definitely one to pay attention to.
Told me he wants to show that he didn't lose any of his skills in his 3-year layoff. Ready to get right back at it.
Well, let's see what you got, Josh Holtz. The mercenary right behind us, watching the fights. That's Rocco Maggiore.
I see him.
It's a pretty solid corner Josh Holtz has. Brock Larson, Tony Martin, Adam McDonough.
There is a McDonough in there. Goodness sakes.
A lot of talent, that's for sure.
Speaking of talent, our ring girls tonight, the lovely Marissa and Carly.
Shine Mixed Martial Arts ring girl. Zzz. Plenty of time for you to buy them a Bud Light at Fat Daddy's after the event.
You know I will. Especially with all the money I've won off of you betting on these fights.
I love grudge match.
A grudge match, Brock Larson calls this. Double underhooks. Oh, the trip did not go the way Josh wanted it to. It was a good reversal on Mike's
Josh
part.
went for the trip. We got it turned on him.
Looks like he's digging for deep half maybe there. I can't quite tell. Trying to pull him on top. Go under.
Once again, this is an amateur fight.
Back to full guard.
No elbows.
Nor knees.
No knees.
Josh, I think, digging for an, I don't know what he's doing. Maybe an arm bar? I think he's safe.
Getting teed off on here.
He's all right. Oh. Back of the head.
The back of the neck. That didn't.
Oh, the ref just stopped it. Oh, I think that might have been a little premature. That might have been a little premature.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that there's not going to be too many Bud Lights bought for that ref at Fat Daddy's later.
Well, that is the ref's first card tonight. I think the inexperience might be paid off there. That's a bad call, I believe, on the ref, and there's nothing we can do about it except have a rematch.
Ref looks nervous.
Nothing we can do. Oh! Amateur card. I believe an amateur bout can get restarted again.
Look at Brock. Look at Brock.
Amateur bouts can get restarted again.
Who's going?
Eyes bugged out. Here we go.
And now he's saying it's over.
I'm not sure what's going on here now. Well, I think we're going to have to re-record this one, Matt Taylor. That's a no contest. That's how that's going to be ruled.
Okay. Well, that's
let's send it up to Mike Brown. That's some bull. What is going on? Tony Martin. That's a no contest or TKO. Wow. Well, give it up to Mike Hardy for doing what he had to do to get the ref to think it was done.
And Mike Hardy's running out of the cage. He does not want to talk to Mike Brown.
a pretty excited crowd back here for Tyler Matheson.
All right, so here we go. We got Brian Mortensen.
Is Brian in the cage right now?
Brian in the blue corner, already in the cage.
Thank you.
26 years old with a record of 7-4.
That's a pretty solid record.
Been fighting since 2009. Is a white belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Hometown of Mankato, fighting with Mankato MMA.
Mankato MMA.
His only motivation coming into this fight is to get that belt and give Mervin his first loss, but obviously he is not fighting Mervin any longer. He's fighting Tyler Matheson.
And it is not 2-on-1.
And it is not 2-on-1.
Mankato MMA, is that where Justin Ream fights out of?
Sure.
Do we know that, Justin Ream? I think he fights out of Mankato.
Brian wanted me to give a shout out to his sponsor, Electric Beach.
The Electric Beach. Brock Larson. Here we go.
Brock Larson in the house. Throw it up to Greg Lowe, not Mike Brown.
Here we go, a title fight. Your Bud Light girl Carly and the Marissa with the strap. Looking good doing it.
That is a beautiful belt.
That is a nice belt. So I believe this will be 5 3-minute rounds. No elbows, no knees, same amateur rules apply.
Brian Mortensen sporting the One Life tattoo.
Not a bad deal making your MMA debut right into a title bout.
I had a quick opportunity to talk to Brock Larson about Tyler Matheson, and the only thing he really had to say about him, stud wrestler.
Let's look for a takedown early then.
Tyler's 2-0, been fighting for about 3 years.
Oh, he is 2-0.
Moving up a weight class for this fight.
Mike Brown said this was his amateur debut.
Greg Lowe.
Greg Lowe said this was his amateur debut. All right, Travis Meter officiating. Finally a good ref in the cage.
Let's go easy on the poor gent.
No. All right.
Touch of the gloves gets this started.
Here we
Round
go.
one. Brian scores early with that right leg kick.
Turn into him. I think he's going to turn into his closed guard. Maybe a half guard if he can spin it. No, good job following around, keeping the back control.
I'm not sure who Nick is, but somebody behind us really wants Nick to win.
Well, go Nick. Looking for a rear naked right there. I don't know if he's got it. It's hard to see. I think he should maybe start feeding him. That's the experience of his wrestling showing right there. Hard to defend for sure. Sending some
Body head.
busy hips.
Brian Mortensen using the cage to try and make some space there.
Needs to hip out, needs to put his left foot on the hip and push out, really extend. He's got to make some room here, does Brian Mortensen. Tyler staying busy in the full guard.
Good wrist control.